Just real quick, if you don't,
Yeah, go ahead.
are you in a rush?
No, I'm not.
Um, so I have helicopters doing donuts over my house. Is this like some kind of Men in Black doing some kind of frequency thing on me?
Yeah. I laugh because things. I
I
laugh
have
because
friends on the ground and in the air.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Um, okay, so what are these helicopters? Why are they? Do they follow you, or is it only in your home?
I've had years ago. I had a black helicopter follow me down the highway. I've had three men in black cars appear right beside me with guys with headsets and black suits that just appeared out of nowhere. I have free energy devices flying over my house and helicopters doing donuts.
Well, I'm hearing verbatim that they're afraid that you'll tap into your creative powers, but okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that it would translate into because that costs a lot of money to do surveillance on
Oh
you.
yeah. Yeah.
So what is the point of that? Are they targeting you, or is it just what do they perceive about you? It's not technically, I don't know how they can. Well, I don't know how to do this because I know they have technology that's not available to the public. It's the whole thing with military industrial complex that siphons all these billions of dollars from the U.S. budget, the DoD budget, to go and make their own creations. They have
Yeah.
this. It does exist. The reason why I say this is more of an energy. You have a very big force field. So what it looks like they track is, irregardless of who you are, it's like they if you were to do the flare, like shoot up a flare gun,
Yeah.
right? You shoot up a flare gun and then like a helicopter comes, it's like, oh, you know, you gotta go check that out. What it looks like I'm perceiving is they have some type of technology where they can sense force fields around certain areas. They might not know who it is if you live in an apartment complex, multiple people. They just know that there's a force field in that location.
Uh-huh.
Versus a single family house, maybe they don't know if it's your son, maybe they don't know if it's a significant other, but they're following the force field is what it is. So why would they?
That really resonates because the last time I had a helicopter doing donuts over my house, the day before, I was just like blissed out. Like I felt like I was like Jesus energy, just sitting in my garage. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And then the next day I have a helicopter
Yeah,
doing circles.
because I'm asking why, like who is it? Why would they be concerned about a force field? It has the same effect as you briefly mentioned free energy, right? So it doesn't have as big of a reverberation, but the threat is basically that I don't get the sense that they fully know why there's a force field. They're checking it out to make sure that you're not doing something that's people talk about like other people that created like the hydrogen car, that cars
Yep.
don't rely on gas and stuff and
Yep.
floating targets. And then they're like, oh, where did they go? They fell off the face of the earth. It's not so much that they know that it's like free energy. It's like, how are you doing that? Because if you can do this, it can have a ripple effect around other people. If there's enough of a ripple effect amongst other people, then it's a corporation is what it is. It's more so I don't get that it's government. It feels more like a type of corporation
Wow.
type of surveillance of like, what are you doing? How do you do that? You know, people need to continue to buy to support to fuel monster kind of a thing. Like how dare you come up with a unique way to
It
okay,
takes money out of our pockets.
it takes money out of their pocket. That's what it does. So is this force field kind of what people would call your Merkaba? I get the sense that force field is also intertwined with Merkaba.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Ever
So
since when I clued in. Yeah, sorry.
no, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just saying, yeah, because when I got blissed out and then they came around, I was like, something knew that this energy was coming out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I get the sense it's not so much like to stop you, it's to investigate. It feels very investigative. Like, how are you doing that? What are you doing? Is it something that you can share with other people? You know, it's pretty unique because I'm just like, well, they're gonna have to have like a ton of helicopters following all of us because everybody who's waking up, they're kind of, this information, they're starting to integrate it within themselves. It's funny you mention this because I don't paddle in my canoe on the ocean as much as I used to last year. This year's been a very big year for me, so I don't do a lot of what I used to do. But whenever I would be on the ocean, it became a game because of how many helicopters there would be overhead. And I never knew how polluted our airspace was here. Now, of course, I'm in the ocean, so you get a mix of your U.S. Coast Guard helicopters, you get, the fire department helicopters, you get maybe tour helicopters. But sometimes it would be so much, I don't want to say sometimes, every time I would be paddling on the water, ever since my kind of awakening happened, where it became a game where I would ask them in my head as I'm paddling, I'm like, oh, is this friend or foe? And they'll tell me foe, and then I'll stop my thoughts, and I'll just think of a song.
That's crazy. So you've been followed too?
Yeah.
Wow.
And where I laughed when you said, oh, there's helicopters. I'm like, dude, I get there's so many helicopters.
Oh my goodness. Such a crazy world we live in.
It is. And I'm like, I can, if I write it off, I can make excuses for the helicopters are. I'm like, maybe that's a police helicopter, maybe that's a medevac helicopter, but I'm like, sometimes there are ones that are military like, and they come really low. It might be a helicopter, but it might be a jet. And I'm like, why the F are you this low in our airspace?